Aita for making my ex-wife and her kids live in poverty. I 46M recently finalized my divorce with my now ex-wife Liza 41F. We were only married for 3 years, and the cause for divorce was issues with finances. We had separate bank accounts for our own savings and checking accounts for where our salaries went. I did create an extra account for her where I would deposit money in monthly, just as fun spending money as I make significantly more, and wanted her to have less stress with her finances. Even with this setup, she would consistently go over the limit and would even take lots of cash out of my wallet and personal safe without informing me. When we were married, she and her 2 kids, 18M and 16F, from her previous relationship moved into my house that I own, and I paid for them to go to a private high school. Their dad is in their life, so they never saw me as anything other than the guy who married their mom. But I understand that because they did meet me much later in their lives, and not as little kids. Regardless, I tried to keep a good relationship, but neither of them ever wanted that, and made me feel like an ATM. I got a really thorough prenup made before we married, so I basically kept everything I have, except for some alimony I have to pay every month. After the divorce, Liza and her kids moved out, and I informed her that I have closed the bank account I made for sending her money, and I'm going to stop paying for kids' private school tuition after this school year is over. So that way at least they finish the year out and have a few months to figure out next plans and transferring. It's been about 3 months since then, and I got a nasty call from her saying she can't afford rent anymore. So her and the kids have to move in with her mother, and basically berated me for taking away the credit card attached to my bank account. Apparently, the kids have also had to stop some of their extracurricular sports because she can't pay for the programs. She said I left her in poverty, and she had to apply for government assistance and food stamps. Also, when we were married, I had mentioned potentially paying for her kids' college tuition when the time comes, but it was never a set thing. Apparently, she still thought this offer was on the table, and mapped out how her son just got accepted to his dream school, and the cost of attendance will be $80,000 per year. So she wanted to know how I would be sending the funds for this. I just told her she's crazy if she thinks I'm giving up my hard-earned money for someone else's kids I have no ties to anymore, and that I covered her bills completely for 3 years. So she should have saved her salary then, instead of blowing through it on designer items. A lot of her family/friends and her kid's dad are all calling me saying I need to provide for the kids at least because I'm their stepdad. And that's a lifelong commitment. Also, according to them, it's not fair that I'm taking away their opportunities to be at a fancy private school and college, especially when I have the money to pay for all of it and keep up their lifestyle to how it was when they lived with me. So Aita,